Hey YouTube, it's Dimitri, and today we're going to do a quick video on splitting pavers. I'm building a patio in my front yard. I have pavers I need to split. I'm doing a herringbone pattern, so for the majority of the cuts I need to actually cut the paver in half. I'm going to do a quick video on how to do this. Also, I'm going to talk a little bit about the aesthetics of it and how it actually functions and works. Anyways, let's dive on in here and I'll show you exactly how to do the splits quickly and efficiently. Okay, so as I mentioned, I need to cut these perfectly in half, and you could use a tape measure and you could try to measure these out. But what I'm going to end up doing is taking one paver here that I need. That's going to be sitting down horizontally. I'm going to take the second paver, which I need to cut in half, and I'm just going to set it against this paver here. And then I'm just going to take a pencil and just mark a line on all four sides. And now once you have your paver marked, all you need to do here is grab a chisel. I have a 4-inch chisel. I bought a hammer. It's like a 48-ounce hammer or something like that. Anyways, and then you just need to score with the chisel a line across the paver on all four sides, rotating it. And when you get back around, I would do it 2 or 3 times. Eventually it will just break. And be wary too, this chisel will actually kind of bounce around, so you kind of have to be careful. And as you'll see here on this paver, you can see there's a line. It's like a groove now as I've been around this one time. This is like the bump on the paver that's just being hit on the pavement. But anyways, you cut this line into it, and we're just going to keep going around and around, and eventually it will split. And there you go. So clean split. So I'm going to show you guys here, the paver is a little bit rough. These aren't perfect, but again, it splits it fairly evenly. You can kind of see that, yeah, they're off by, I don't know, maybe 1/4 inch. But we're going to actually go outside and look at these, and I'll show you what they look like once they get placed in, because my #1 concern was that they weren't going to look very good, and so I needed to spend a bunch of money to go out to get a blade to actually cut these by hand. But I'll go out there and we'll show you what these look like. So it's a little windy outside today. It's been a little rainy. But I just wanted to show you guys quickly here. This is my pattern. You're going to need a rubber mallet because it just makes it a lot easier to kind of knock the pavers around. Again, this is before you put any sand on top to do any leveling. But we have 2 pavers. Again, just a little tight. And sometimes you might have to grab a second paver. This one might be slightly smaller than the other one. Okay, so this one fits right in. Alright, so now it's to show you guys here quickly. Again, I apologize for the wind here. As you can see here, this one has a little bit more of a gap. It looks okay, but if you scoot over to this paver, which we had to force in just a little bit, you can see here this gap's pretty tight. But once we get all these in place, and then we put the sand on top and we vibrate them in, they'll look great. I don't think it's worth spending the money to actually cut them. If you're going to be cutting hundreds of these, you might want to get a saw to do it. But you can hand split quite a few of these in a fairly quick amount of time. Anyways, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And as always, until next time.